And they're being followed a length and a half. It's War God. Great Enigma's up there running fourth, and Dane Finn is fifth. Dark Royalty back in the middle is sixth, and then came Stocks, Paseo del Prado, Astronomite, and last is Luke's Gold. Coming around the home corner, New Time had led the way. Flying Raw coming at it, 2 lengths. War God, Dane Finn, a gap then Grey Enigma, Dark Royalty. New Time though holding them at the 250 is War God. He starts to knuckle down and he's closing down the margin. War God races up, goes to New Time, hits the front. Flashing down the outside, Luke's Gold. War God in front. Look at Luke's Gold flying, but the post will beat him. War God held on. War God from the fast, finishing Luke's Gold. Over on the inside, New Time held third. Dane Finn from Stocks, and they were followed then by Flying Raw, Grey Enigma, Paseo del Prado, and trailing them home last of all is Astronomite. Number 8 is the winner, War God. War God, Brad Parnham, $4.30, $1.60. Big finish, Luke's Gold from last. He was whittling away the margin late, but the post has come. He'd run out of time at the finish. And New Time, who'd led them for a long way, has held third. 8, 11 and 12 they'll be. 8, 11 and 12. And Dane Finn might have just clinched fourth in front of Stocks. Overdue after a couple of seconds behind State Solicitor Dark Royalty from his last 2 runs. War God. The Neville Parnham train gelding by War Chant, ridden by Brad Parnham, has taken out race 6, 4:30, 160 over Luke's Gold. Fath gelding from I'm Gifted, Vaughan Sigley, Randy Tan, 250 and 12, New Time. A key business gelding from Time is Money, Jason Brown, Jim Taylor, 760 the place. So it's War God who is back in the winners list today, his 5th from 26, and certainly overdue. And he had the run of the race there for Parnham. He was able to settle down in the clear, third coasting. Pace turned on. New Time had them rocking. Big run, Luke's Gold, though, coming from Stone Motherless at the top of the straight, and has got within a half a length of the winner. 1 1/4, second and third in 1:24, 7/8, 36.10 there, that last 600 split. So War God in the winners list today for Bruce Axel's Oz Racing, Eddie Riggs, Geisel Park as well, Ron Sayers. Also S. Whittred, D. Lee, the On the Edge Racing Syndicate, I. Davies, G. Hart, M. Haylock, B. Dowd, M. Kerry, T. Cripps and E. Tilley, S. Warfield, B. Rapicoli, G. Illich, P. Shrouders and P. Bland, as they make their way back in here after the running of race 6, and the placings are official. 8, 11, 12, 9 is fourth home. The Hyperion is race 7 at 3:45, and number 10, I'm Feeling Lucky, is the scratching. So 1 out there of the feature at 3:45 to date. Group 3 level, the $150,000 Hyperion Stakes. Great to see so many owners involved there in those Oz Racing colours, Brad Parnham. It's thumbs up indeed for all aboard as we take you back to Adam McGrath.
Took a while for this galloper to find the form, but last prep he showed a bit of class. He's now won in a 72 grade, and Neville had been knocking on the door with each run this prep.
Yeah, they're all been good runs. Last preparation, he took about 4 runs to sort of hit his peak form. He won a maiden, I think, at start 4, and this is start 5 this time round, and a bit tougher grade. And yeah, he's been working towards the win. He ran into a good one a couple of starts back, State Solicitor, and last start he looked like he had plenty of had his chance to win, but I thought there was still a little bit of upside in him, and I thought he'd be pretty hard to beat today, and he's got the job done.
Bit of a gap between runs as well, seems to really suit him.
Yeah, look, he's we haven't backed him up in most of his runs, but it was his younger day when he was a little bit immature. But he's going really well this campaign, and there's still another win in him, I reckon. He's got into this grade now, and he's probably go up another couple of kilos, but that's still a winnable weight for him. And he's done a really good job. The horse always showed good promise, but was a pretty lightly framed yearling, and it's taken a long time to sort of get to his best form. But his last prep and this prep, he's really found his best form, and he's matured up, and he's doing really well.
Yeah, well, you've trained much better gallopers than this in your career, but do you still get that feeling of pride and happiness with the type of galloper like this? I mean, the owners were very patient with you. You kept saying this horse had ability, and he just couldn't quite bring it all together. But as you said, from a maiden all the way to winning a 72 plus, do you get that feeling of pride and proudness and happiness for these guys?
I guess you get a bit of satisfaction on being proved right, I guess, But, yeah, to the credit of the syndicate that own him, Bruce is a real loyal supporter of mine and has been for, I don't know, probably 15 years, I guess. He's always sort of stuck behind me. And, there was a time there where, people were getting a little frustrated with him because, I was sort of telling him the horse had good ability, but he was a bit immature. But, yeah, look, he's really put it together his last 2 campaigns.
Well done, mate. Congratulations.
Cheers, thank you.
There's Neville Parnham. We'll grab Brad Parnham now and discuss this victory. And Brad, through the early stages, you had a tricky gate out there and it didn't look like you were going to get through, but thankfully enough speed by the tailored pair, you were just able to jump in front of Dark Royalty.
Yeah, that's it. I wasn't sure how it was going to pan out before the race. I just had to let the horse jump and work it out from there. And, yeah, fortunately, Jimmy's horses put some pace into the race and I was able to get in. And I just let them stride away from me for a little bit just so I could have a nice breather just sitting there on my own. I had no pressure on me and, just coming into the straight, I let him go and, yeah, he sort of hit the front pretty easily and might have started to wander a little bit late, getting clocking off, but, I was just able to sort of keep his mind on the job and he was good enough to do it. Watching it live, it looked as though you were doing the donkey work for the rest of the field, but you were actually quite happy with how the horse was travelling. Oh, yeah, no, I didn't feel like that at all. I was travelling quite easily. I actually probably could have been a couple of lengths closer, doing it easy as well, but I just wanted to sit off him a little bit just to give my horse, he was in a good spot for me because he had no pressure on him. And I think that's the main thing with the horse. He just needs to build a bit of confidence within himself in the run. And when he gets runs like that, he's pretty hard to beat. You're on a roughie in the next in the Hyperion, Belmont girl, but the blinkers go on. It's been a day to be out there on pace, and there's not a lot outside of Scars of Justice. Are you expecting to push forward? Honestly, I don't know. I haven't spoken to Paula, so ultimately I'll see what she's got to say and work it out from there. But, if she wants me to go forward, I'd be more than happy with that. And, see how it can go. Hopefully it can turn its form around because once upon a time it was a pretty good horse, but it's just seems to have lost a bit of form now. But, yeah, hopefully, a little bit of a change and it can do something. Well done on the win here, mate. Congratulations. Yeah, thanks, mate. There's Brad Parnham, winning jockey aboard of War God, taking out race number 6 here at Belmont Park.